Yo, what is up? My name is Lexi, and in today's video, we're going to be testing out the new super stats as well as Luke Skywalker. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. But before we start, I just want to thank Ubisoft for actually sending me the Luke Skywalker skin. And yeah, so this is the new crossover. It's like the new Star Wars part, whatever, how many parts we have. We have a lot of Star Wars crossovers, which this one's actually pretty cool. It's only just this one skin, so it's only Luke Skywalker. However, you have the Greatsword and Spear, which are both unique, like, sound effects. The Greatsword also having unique animations, as well as sound effects, and the Spear having unique sound effects. Obviously, all the SIGs are changed. I don't think he has any new animations, so we're good on that front. There's no, like, crazy animations you have to be aware of, but these SIGs look actually insane. Like, this is the D-SIG. If you don't know the original Arcadia D-SIG, it is like very purple. It's very easy to see. This is really hard to see. I actually just clashed with them right there, which is really funny. This Insig too also just looks really cool. It's like this big star, and it also hits stacked, so if your opponent ever lands into you, you can't just do this Insig. It's very cool looking. And then the side sig, if you don't know how Arcadia side sig works, there's just the normal version like this, but there's also the hold version, which if I do it real quick, you can see he has like this little force thing that he sends out, which is also pretty cool. If we take a look at the spear here, we have the side sig, which is like a little pod racer. We have the N sig, which also hits stacked, very similar to the N sig on Greatsword, and also the D sig, which does copy the same idea with the Greatsword, where he kind of jumps up, he does this little force thing, and yeah, it's also just very hard to see. So definitely, if you're playing Arcadia, this is definitely a skin to get. And yeah, let's go ahead and try to beat this guy real quick. He's on Thea, using that side sig. I'm going to try to use my N sig a little bit. Or at least hit him with a side sig too. That'd be pretty cool. Imagine if I hit a Thea player with my own side sig. I've never been a big fan of fighting battle boots. I think this weapon's like so good. So it's really hard to fight. It just has like a lot of like the side light. It doesn't look all that interesting, but I swear that side light just hits everything. Like you cannot avoid the side light. It's very shocked to see a Thea player actually in the wild though. These guys are like rare to find. There we go, there's the side sig and that kills, oh my god. Side sig here? Oh no, we don't hit it. I need to be careful not to be killed by battle boots really fast. Wow, my side sig didn't beat that out. I really thought side sig beat that out. That's crazy. Battle boots just has priority over so much. This guy is hit another side sig, there we go. Oh, that side sig's so cool. I like the little pod racer thing. There we go, GG's Comey. But yeah, that's the crossover. A bunch of new SIGs. Obviously the Greatsword and the Spear, like I was talking about, has unique animations. The Spear having the unique sound effects as well. If we go to the shop, I actually don't know if he's a legendary or not, so let's go ahead and look at that. As we can see, he is an epic. I don't know how much he costs, because I already own him, but I'm assuming he's going to either be 400 or 500. I would assume about 400, so yeah, a bit more of the expensive crossovers, just like the rest of Star Wars crossovers. All here are these like epic or legendary. I think they're called epic. Oh no, mythic crossover. So yeah, I think he's definitely, if you're an Arcadia player, this is definitely a skin to get. This is a really cool one. I like all the SIGs. The lightsaber itself is really cool. The spear's also a really cool one. I would see myself using the spear just on any spear character I play, like if I'm playing Orion or something. The next thing I want to do is to actually mess with the challenge stats. So as you can see here on Ulgrim, I'm playing on 1 Dex Ulgrim. But we're not doing this in unranked, we're doing this in ranked. Alright, here we go, here's the ranked game. I lose 2 stats on everything, by the way. So I lose 2 strength, 2 defense, 2 speed, and 2 dex. That does put me at 1 dex for Ulgrim here, which is very, very interesting on how that's going to work. So yeah, and here we go. In the ranked game, already getting just destroyed by this Smarky Moo wannabe. So, need to be very much careful. Wow, I already lost my weapon. I completely forgot about the dex changes too. They're also taking effect here. I'm going to be losing my weapon really early. But let's go ahead and try to beat this guy. And yeah, I haven't played much ranked as of recent. Just haven't been on the game as much. So, I have been a little bit rusty. if you have seen, I did the, we're doing the Nuzlocke challenge. I actually had to stop it because there was a new week of crossovers. I did it on a Tuesday, and so the next day when I was going to record, there was already a new batch of Legends. And so I figured I'm gonna do this crossover video first, and then tomorrow I'll start doing the Nuzlocke. This doesn't mean it'll be posted tomorrow. I don't know when I'll be able to post it, but whenever I get that edited, we will have part 2 to the Nuzlocke. And yeah. Surprisingly, 1-dex Ulgrim doesn't feel all that bad. Like, I kind of noticed it a little bit, but it's not too bad. It's just mostly I'm losing my weapon, like, really, really early. And I'm also not doing as much force, or I'm not, I'm able to take less hits because of my defense. I think the big thing is I'm noticing the speed is very heavily nerfed on me. But, yeah, I think this is a really interesting idea. There's definitely a lot of content you can make around the whole challenge stat thing. Obviously, the biggest example right now, I'm playing ranked with it. So I can definitely imagine seeing a lot of people trying to use challenge stat, getting like a high rank with it. Funny enough, this isn't tournament legal to use the challenge stat, so if you're playing tournaments, you can't use the challenge stat, which is kind of sad. I would love to see just some people using it on tourney, trying to like get really high placement on tournament with it, but not a lot to, which is sad to say the least. Guy doesn't panic jump well. That's just a bad spot dodge. Okay. Every single time he never went high, and the one time like I'm catching him for going low, he goes high. It's so weird. Mark's players always do like the weirdest things. Oh, these guys' in-light setups are insane. So this. Yeah, they need Lance to be able to kill. Like, I'm trying to kill, like, right now, and I can't find any options to kill. This guy just goes over me again. It's so hard to find a kill option on Lance. Like, none of your in-lights are killing, none of your Sarahs are killing. You have to, like, wait till they're, like, 200% just to even look for a kill option. It's actually insanity. And then, obviously, I'm using the challenge stats, so I'm gonna make it a little bit harder. Okay, so dodge. Which is landing here. And Sarah, that should kill. Yep, there we go. So yeah, there we go, ranked on the challenge stats. Before I end this video, I do want to talk a little bit about the super stances, just kind of how they work, and just a few of my thoughts on it. I'm not going to go over to, like, the dex dependent stuff on, like, oh, at this dex you get this, because I'm sure a lot of people are already talking about that. If you're interested in your legend, go see just what people are posting about it. But what I can tell you is every stat, basically, it gives you 2 of one stat. So if I pick strength here, I get 2 strength, but it removes 1 from dex and 1 from speed. So it removes 1 stat from 2 different things. So for example, on Lord Vrax, a lot of people are going to be running 10 dex Lord Vrax because of the stuff you get on blasters and maybe some stuff you get on Lance. I haven't been able to find too much stuff on Lance. However, what you do get is you get Sarah into D-Light, which if you're playing Lord Vrax, you also have Enlight after. So you have a quick little 3-piece you can do on Lance. It's just something that I know you will get true. But yeah, if I do super dexterity here, it makes me more of a glass cannon because now I have less defense, and then my speed is also lowered a little bit. And as for the challenge mode, like I was doing in ranked, I was playing on 4 speed, 1 dex, 4 attack, and then 5 defense. So it removes 2 stats, which is from everything, which is very interesting because that means you can be playing stuff like 1 dex, 1 attack, 1 speed, which is very, very interesting to actually mess with. What we can say though is that we're never going to have a time where we're going to have a 1 dex legend unless you use the challenge mode, because there's hopefully not going to be a way to do 0 attack, 0 defense, stuff like that. Though that would be very interesting if they were to add something like that. But yeah. That would be really cool. Sadly, you can't use these challenge mode in tournament, so because I could definitely imagine a lot of people trying to make content on that. It's not legal in tournament, but in ranked, anything else, you are able to use the challenge mode, so I could definitely see a lot of content being made with that. But what I do want to talk about is, as you can see here on Rupture, if the character has 9 of a stat, so in this case Rupture has 9 attack, if I use super strength, it actually gives me 11 attack. So if you have a character like just Thea, for example, where's Thea? Here's Thea. If I do super speed, I can do 11 speed, though I probably wouldn't want to unless I want to play on 3 attack and 2 defense. But yeah, just any character like that, you can add 11 attack, which on Amethyst here or Zol, I could definitely see a lot of people doing that because just how much attack this is. 11 attack on Zol is pretty crazy. Your Axe Instinct's probably killing really early. Axe Recovery is killing really early. On Cannon as well, if you don't know, on Zol, you actually have D-Light Instinct True. This does work at all HPs, though it's very hard to hit. So I can imagine at least doing 2 on Zol, getting that damage up, and then looking for D-Light near to kill would be pretty interesting. But yeah, I definitely want to see how people mess around with these super sets, because I think they're really cool. I don't know how many people are going to benefit from it. Like, for example, on Brawlhalla, I can see people running this because it actually takes 2 away from attack. So yeah, some of the stats, they don't take away 1 from each stat, but they take away 2 from one stat. It's a little bit weird. I don't know the exact way each stat works. Like, some of them will take from 1 from 2, some of them will take 2 from 1. So just keep that in mind. But I could definitely see for Brawlhalla, for example, if you're playing 2s with Brawlhalla, I could definitely see people running super defense here and just looking to kill like off the top with a Blaster's Recovery or like a Blaster's Sidestick or something, and that's why you don't really need the strength as much. I could definitely see people doing that in 2s. Even for me, I might even do something like this on Ogreman 2s where I just run a ton of defense. Same for like if you're doing Vector, just stuff like that. Another good one, let's just say Wushang, probably another one you could probably put into defense, which I think that's very valid for 2s. So I can definitely see the stats being very important for that game mode, as well as 1s if you just want a more beefier legend, like I said with Zol, having that double strength. And yeah, me personally, I think I'm going to mess around with the challenge mode a lot. But yeah, that's all I really have for this video. I'm definitely curious in your guys' opinion. Let me know down below how you feel about this new Luke Skywalker crossover. Also about the super stats. Are you going to be changing anything on your legend? Are you going to be messing around with the stats? Are you going to be a challenge mode demon in the ranked queue? And yeah, other than that, I will see you guys in the next one.